Today I'm going to talk about condensation in your tent and maybe a few other things. I live in Florida and I do have, a lot of condensation. I have in the past in my tent when I wake up in the morning, and that's a sticky, yucky feeling nobody likes. So what I have done about it is use these bags, which I pointed out in one of my other videos. And sometimes I get the RV bucket one and just sit it in a corner. But it's in the morning, it's early in the morning, and it's actually not early right now. It's getting later, but it's around 8, and there's no condensation in my tent. So that works good. My blankets don't feel wet and gross, and I hate that wet, gross feeling. Now, another way to combat it is to take off the rain fly. If you know that it's not going to rain, take this thing off while you're gone all day. Let it air out. This tent is nice because it has mostly netting. It doesn't have any top to it when you don't have the rain fly on. So it will air out nicely, and if there was any dampness, that'll go away. This tent is a little bit better quality tent than tents I've had before. Not a lot. It's still a weekend camping tent, but it's double the thickness and water resistance of the Coleman WeatherTech tents, which I've had in the past and haven't lasted very long. They have been dry. They've stayed dry, but this one, it has even more protection, and it was on sale, which is why I bought it. It's a little bit small. I would recommend something bigger than a 4-man tent, but I like it. This is my breakfast. I've mentioned that I am a plant-based, mostly fruitarian eater, so I haven't eaten my breakfast yet. And those are my empty bottles. My brother buys me these awesome teas, and I use them for purified water and smoothies to take to work. I don't have a lot of items in my tent, and that's because you have to move your tent a lot. If you have a horrible storm coming and you know it, take your tent down and put your stuff in someone's garage, or, if you have the availability to do that, put your stuff up. Don't let the storm ruin your tent and all your belongings. If you're not home and a limb falls on your tent, you don't want all your stuff ruined by a tree. So if you have the ability and the luxury to do that, do it. I do. I'm not backpacking. I'm living in this tent in a fairly stationary area. I may have to move it to another location out here. This isn't the place I was supposed to put this tent. Hopefully it's not going to bother anyone. I'm going to be able to leave it here because the ponies are out here where I originally had the tent for like 3 months. But they didn't really harm anything, but they nip at the tent, try to open it, see what I'm doing, or see if there's food in it, which is normal. They never got inside my tent in 3 months, but as you can see, in my other video, they destroyed my water purifier already. So I don't like to put a lot of stuff in my tent. Also, it's a great way to become more minimalist. If you have too many items in your life and you're trying to scale down, live with less, this is a great way to do it and figure out what you really need and what you don't need. Anyway, I'm off to work. I do work full time, and I do leave my tent during the day. So I will be zipping it up. I will be taking the rain fly off because it's not going to rain today, and I will be coming home to a nice, dry, fresh tent that I can just throw the rain fly on and go to bed. Oh, another thing I wanted to mention is I like to sleep on pallets. I don't like cots or blow-up beds, really. Blow-up beds don't last very long, and cots I've not found one that's super comfy, that's affordable. This is pretty low budget. Like, all I have under there is a memory foam beach pad and some lawn chair cushions and one sleeping bag pad from Walmart that's like $6, and it's pretty comfy. All right, see you later.